back. Let me tell you something most people will never admit. Your peace is under attack every single day, and the world doesn't care. Toxic people draining jobs and endless noise are stealing your clarity, your focus back in your life. And here's the truth. Staying isn't strength. Leaving isn't failure. Protecting your energy, your time, and your sanity is the most powerful move you will ever make. Back. If you're ready to stop giving your power away and start living on your own terms, then lean in, because I'm about to show you exactly how to do it and why everything changes the moment you choose yourself. Peace is not something that happens by accident. It is not a byproduct of avoiding conflict or pretending everything is okay. Peace is a deliberate choice, a conscious decision to guard your energy and refuse to let chaos dictate your life. The people around you, the environment you inhabit, and the conversations you engage in all affect your inner calm. Every moment spent in constant tension chips away at your clarity and focus. You cannot grow, innovate, or excel if your mind is in constant battle. Protecting your peace is the foundation for success and fulfillment. It requires awareness, courage, and the refusal to compromise with toxicity. Accepting mediocrity in your mental space is an invitation for stress. Every second matters and every choice counts toward your inner harmony. Too often, people confuse tolerance with strength. They think enduring chaos, constant criticism, or draining relationships proves resilience. In reality, tolerance without boundaries is self-destruction disguised as patience. You do not owe anyone an explanation for choosing calm over conflict. Choosing your peace does not make you weak, it makes you strategic. Energy is finite, and once it's gone, it cannot be reclaimed. The people and situations that drain it are not your responsibility to fix. You are responsible for your own clarity, focus, and emotional stability. Every day you spend in toxic patterns is a day you could have invested in growth. Protecting your peace is an act of courage that requires conscious attention. Do not confuse leaving for failure with leaving for self-preservation. When you prioritize peace, you send a clear message to the world about your worth. You communicate what you value and what you refuse to tolerate. Toxicity and chaos are not just nuisances. They are energy vampires that diminish your potential. Every conflict you engage in unnecessarily depletes your focus and creativity. The world will always present challenges, but that doesn't mean you must carry the burden of every storm. Knowing when to step back is a strength you understand. Your peace is like armor. Once it's compromised, everything else suffers. Surrounding yourself with positivity and energy that aligns with your goals is not selfish, it's essential. Protecting your peace is an investment in your mental, emotional, and physical well-being is the first step toward building a life that truly reflects your values. Clarity comes from space, not chaos. When your environment is noisy, when your relationships are draining, and when your mind is cluttered, can it make sound decisions? You cannot lead, innovate, or inspire when your energy is constantly being sapped. Peace allows for reflection, creativity, and focus. It is the soil from which resilience and strength grow. If your daily interactions leave you exhausted or unsettled, it is time to evaluate what needs to change. The courage to walk away from situations or people that disturb your equilibrium is not weakness. It is wisdom. Every choice to protect your inner calm multiplies your capacity to perform at your best. Protecting your peace requires honesty about your limits, needs, and the quality of energy you allow in your life. You cannot control others, but you can control your proximity to harm. Society often glorifies hustle over health, chaos over calm, and tolerance over self-respect. We are taught to endure, to bend, and to compromise endlessly. But endurance without boundaries is burnout in disguise. Choosing peace over people pleasing is revolutionary. It is saying, I matter. My energy matters. My mind matters. When you consistently defend your mental space, you start attracting what aligns with your purpose. Take it back. Toxic people, negative environments, and unnecessary drama begin to lose their influence. Protecting your peace is not passive. It is active, intentional, and empowering. Every decision to step away from what drains you builds momentum toward a better life. It is the difference between surviving and thriving. Without it, you are constantly in a state of reactive living. The process of protecting your peace is not always comfortable. Walking away from long-term relationships, unproductive jobs, or toxic family dynamics can feel like betrayal, even if it is necessary. Fear, guilt, and societal expectations often pressure us to stay in chaos. But compromising your mental well-being for the sake of comfort is a trap. Peace is non-negotiable, and protecting it requires boldness. The mind, body, and soul operate best when they're not under constant attack. Each day you tolerate toxicity is a day you delay your growth. Choosing to prioritize peace over approval is an act of bravery that defines leaders and visionaries. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and your energy is sacred. Knowing this is the first step, creating boundaries that preserve your inner harmony. Self-awareness is a cornerstone of peace. You must recognize what triggers your stress, drains your energy, or clouds your judgment. Without awareness, you remain reactive, giving your power away to forces outside your control. Awareness allows you to identify patterns, set limits, and make choices that honor your mental and emotional space. It is not about isolating yourself, but about curating your life intentionally. Each interaction, task, or commitment should be evaluated based on whether it adds value or subtracts peace. Protecting your energy requires constant vigilance, self-reflection, and courage to act decisively. It is a muscle that strengthens with practice. The more intentional you are about your inner environment, the more resilient, clear, and empowered you become. Energy is contagious. When you are surrounded by negativity, constant drama, or unrelenting criticism, it seeps into your mind and body. Conversely, positive energy fosters clarity, focus, and motivation. Protecting your peace is not about avoiding life's challenges. It is about choosing where and how to spend your energy. The people and situations you engage with should contribute to your growth, not hinder it. Recognizing when an environment or relationship is toxic allows you to disengage before it erodes your stability. Peace is an active pursuit, a daily practice that requires attention and intention. Back. It is about creating a space where your mind can operate at full capacity. Without it, you compromise not only your mental health, but your potential. Back. Protecting your peace is the foundation for every success you aspire to achieve. The courage to protect your peace is often misunderstood. People may label it as selfish, cold, or detached. Back. But protecting your energy is the most generous act you can do for yourself and those who matter. You cannot serve others effectively if you are depleted. You cannot lead, love, or create from a place of constant stress. Choosing peace over chaos ensures that your contributions are meaningful, intentional, and sustainable. The power lies in knowing when to stay and when to leave, back, when to speak and when to be silent, and when to invest and when to withdraw. Protecting your peace is not passive, it is active, strategic, and non-negotiable. It back. Every step you take towards safeguarding your mental space multiplies your capacity to thrive. Consistency is the final element of true peace. It is not enough to seek calm in fleeting moments. Peace must be defended relentlessly. Daily choices, interactions, and boundaries compound over time. A single compromise can disrupt your equilibrium if it becomes a pattern. Protecting your peace is a lifelong practice, requiring vigilance, self-respect, and courage. Every decision to remove toxicity, disengage from conflict, or prioritize your well-being strengthens the foundation of your life. Peace is not a destination, but a practice. Back, a commitment to yourself that must be honored consistently. It is the lens through which every choice is filtered, the standard by which all interactions are measured. Defending your inner harmony ensures clarity, focus, back, and resilience, preparing you to thrive in every aspect of life. Boundaries are not a suggestion, they are a declaration of self-respect. Most people live their lives as if their energy is limitless. Back. Giving it away freely to those who do not value it. Saying no is not rude, it is necessary. Walking away is not failure, it is strategy. Every high achiever understands that energy is currency. Back, and wasted energy is lost opportunity. Boundaries allow you to filter what deserves your time, attention, and effort. Without them, you are constantly pulled into chaos and drained by others' priorities. Protecting your mental and emotional space is an act of courage. It requires honesty about your limits and unwavering commitment. Boundaries transform vulnerability into strength. Many fear boundaries because they are labeled as selfish, as if saying no makes you less than. The truth is, boundaries are the foundation of healthy relationships and productive environments. You cannot give at your highest level if you are constantly depleted. Toxic patterns exploit generosity and kindness until there is nothing left to give. Recognizing your limits is not weakness, it is wisdom. Back. It is refusing to participate in systems or interactions that erode your focus. Every person who respects your boundaries benefits because it creates clarity, trust, and mutual understanding. Back. Boundaries are not about isolation, they are about prioritization. They ensure that your energy aligns with your purpose and vision. Saying no is a skill few master because society teaches compliance over clarity. From a young age, we are conditioned to avoid confrontation, please others, and tolerate discomfort. This conditioning leaves people exhausted, resentful, and directionless. Boundaries are rebellion against a culture that glorifies sacrifice over self-preservation. Every no is a step toward reclaiming control of your life. Every refusal to tolerate chaos is a commitment to your future. Boundaries are not walls, they are shields that protect what is precious: your focus, your energy, your sanity. Learning to assert them unapologetically is a form of empowerment. It separates leaders from followers, builders from bystanders. Energy management is the hidden driver of success. People fail not because they lack talent, but because they spend it carelessly. Every hour spent in toxic meetings, draining relationships, or meaningless arguments diminishes your capacity to create impact. Boundaries ensure that energy flows to where it produces the highest return. They are strategic, not emotional. A boundary could be as simple as refusing to respond to negativity, or as profound as exiting a relationship that saps your spirit. Every boundary is a statement of intent. You control your time, your focus, and your peace. This discipline is not optional, it is essential. Leaders guard their energy fiercely because it fuels every action they take. Resistance is inevitable when you enforce boundaries. People will push back, question, and challenge them. Friends, colleagues, even family may feel rejected or uncomfortable. This is normal. Boundaries are uncomfortable for those accustomed to taking without giving. Back, the discomfort belongs to them, not you. Standing firm requires confidence and self-assurance. You do not need permission to protect your mental space. Every act of enforcing a boundary is an act of self-liberation. Consistency is crucial. Boundaries are only effective when respected daily. Indecision or compromise dilutes their power. Clarity, courage, and persistence turn boundaries into unstoppable tools of growth. Boundaries are also about time management. Saying yes to one thing often means saying no to 10 others. Every commitment has a cost, and the cost is always energy. High performers do not allow energy leaks to dictate priorities. They identify tasks, people, and habits that matter and eliminate the rest. Boundaries create structure in a world designed to distract you. They ensure focus, discipline, and intentionality. Time is your most valuable asset, and protecting it requires the courage to be selective. Boundaries teach others how to treat you and create environments where success is possible. Without them, you are a passenger in a life dictated by external demands. Self-respect is the root of every boundary. If you do not value yourself enough to protect your energy, no one else will. Boundaries communicate your worth without words. They are actions, not explanations. Every refusal to tolerate disrespect is a lesson in self-prioritization. Every walk away from chaos signals that your peace is non-negotiable. Boundaries are not just defensive, they are generative. They allow space for creativity, focus, and growth to flourish. By enforcing limits, you model strength, clarity, and leadership. People may resist initially, but over time, they will respect and admire the discipline it takes to maintain them. Boundaries are the framework for a life that honors your goals, values, and ambitions. Boundaries also require self-awareness. You must know your triggers, energy drains, and limits before you can enforce limits effectively. Without self-awareness, boundaries are reactive, inconsistent, and easily bypassed. Awareness allows you to anticipate challenges and defend your peace proactively. It allows you to recognize relationships and commitments that deplete you. Each boundary should be purposeful and strategic, designed to maximize energy and minimize unnecessary friction. Self-awareness is a muscle strengthened by reflection, observation, and honesty. When you know yourself, setting limits becomes natural, confident, and empowering. Boundaries then become a form of mastery over your life, not a source of tension or guilt. Boundaries also protect your mental health. Stress, anxiety, and resentment often stem from blurred limits and overextension. Allowing others to dictate your energy creates chaos, indecision, and burnout. Clear boundaries reduce friction and prevent unnecessary emotional labor. They are the framework for stability, focus, and clarity. Protecting your space allows you to perform, think, and lead at your best. Boundaries create predictability in relationships and environments, reducing surprises that drain your energy. They are not punitive, they are preventative. Every moment spent without boundaries is a moment of vulnerability to chaos. Enforcing them is a proactive investment in mental resilience and clarity. Finally, boundaries are your legacy. The energy you protect and direct determines the results you produce and the impact you leave behind. Every boundary is a signal to yourself and the world that your peace and growth matter. High achievers use boundaries to focus on what truly matters, to nurture what adds value, and to eliminate what does not. They are the silent architects of success, creating environments where potential can flourish. Boundaries protect the quality of your life, your relationships, and your work. They are an active choice, a daily practice, and a strategic tool. Without them, your energy is scattered and your vision compromised. With them, your focus, clarity, and results are unstoppable. Leaving is not a failure. It is a declaration of your priorities. Often, society convinces us that staying in uncomfortable situations is noble or brave. It tells us that tolerance equals strength and endurance equals loyalty. But enduring what drains your energy is not strength. It is surrender. Choosing to leave is a conscious act of self-preservation and clarity. It is refusing to let toxicity dictate your life. Every moment spent in chaos is energy lost, opportunities wasted, and potential stifled. Walking away is not abandoning, it is investing in yourself. It is prioritizing growth over comfort and clarity over conflict. Leaving is a strategy, not a surrender. Too many people equate leaving with losing because of fear and attachment. We cling to what is familiar even when it harms us. Fear convinces us that the unknown is dangerous and that leaving equates to regret. But staying in toxicity is far more dangerous. It erodes confidence, diminishes focus, and robs joy. Leaving is reclaiming power, control, and agency. It is making a choice that aligns with your vision rather than succumbing to inertia. Every departure from negativity is a step toward freedom. Every exit from chaos is an act of courage. It is not a retreat, it is a realignment. The people who understand this are the ones who consistently grow and thrive. Growth cannot thrive in environments that are hostile or draining. People, habits, and places that are misaligned with your values will consume your energy without giving anything meaningful in return. When you stay in these conditions, you are complicit in your own stagnation. Leaving is an acknowledgement that your potential is too valuable to be compromised. It is refusing to trade long-term vision for short-term comfort. Exiting toxicity is not a rejection of others, but a commitment to yourself. It is saying that your time, energy, and peace are priceless. Every person who walks away from harmful patterns becomes a testament to self-respect. Leaving requires courage, but it multiplies strength and clarity exponentially. Leaving also requires discernment. That is not about avoiding challenges or responsibilities. It is about recognizing when a situation is irredeemable. Too often, people stay because they hope for change or cling to nostalgia. Hope without action is passive. Leaving with clarity is active. Every time you choose to stay in chaos, you reinforce patterns that deplete you. But every conscious exit sends a message to yourself and the world that your boundaries matter. Back, it redefines your relationship with discomfort and control. Leaving strategically is not impulsive, it is intentional. It is about choosing environments, people, and situations that elevate you. Leaving teaches self-awareness and courage simultaneously. Fear of judgment often keeps people trapped. Friends, family, and colleagues may label leaving as betrayal or weakness. They may question your choices or try to guilt you into compliance. But their discomfort is not your responsibility. Protecting your peace requires ignoring external noise and trusting your instincts. Leaving is an act of self-leadership. It is prioritizing what matters over pleasing others. Every exit builds confidence and reinforces self-trust. It is a lesson in courage and resilience, proving that your well-being is not negotiable. Walking away from negativity is not rejection. It is alignment with purpose. The strength to leave defines those who lead rather than those who follow. Leaving is also a form of empowerment. It restores control over your life, decisions, and energy. Toxicity often thrives on dependency, manipulation, or complacency. By choosing to exit, back, you reclaim authority over your mental and emotional space. Leaving is a proactive choice, not reactive desperation. It is a commitment to live life on your terms rather than be dictated by chaos. Back. Every departure sharpens clarity, focus, and determination. It reinforces the idea that you are responsible for your own destiny. Those who master the art of leaving understand that peace, growth, back, and happiness are non-negotiable. Leaving is freedom, discipline, and power combined. Many people resist leaving because they fear starting over. They believe that the known, even if harmful, is safer than the unknown. But growth begins where comfort ends. Staying in toxicity is a slow erosion of potential. Leaving is a recalibration, a reset, and a reallocation of energy toward what matters. Back. Every exit opens doors that were previously blocked by fear, obligation, or attachment. Leaving allows space for opportunities that align with your goals and vision. It is not about loss, it is about making room for gain. Back. Every person who walks away becomes a master of timing, discernment, and self-preservation. Leaving is the catalyst for transformation. Leaving also redefines relationships. Some people are not meant to walk with you forever, and some environments are temporary for a reason. Clinging to them creates stagnation, conflict, and unnecessary stress. Choosing to leave communicates your values clearly without words. It signals that peace, respect, and alignment are essential. It allows relationships to evolve or dissolve naturally, based on mutual growth rather than obligation. Leaving strategically strengthens your network by surrounding you with those who uplift rather than drain. It is a tool for curating an environment conducive to clarity, focus, and ambition. Walking away is both an exit and an invitation for better alignment. Decision-making improves when leaving is embraced. People who fear departure make choices from scarcity, fear, or obligation. Those who understand leaving make decisions from abundance, clarity, and purpose. Leaving is a filter, a mechanism to distinguish between what serves your growth and what hinders it. It creates space for innovation, creativity, and focus by removing unnecessary chaos. Each intentional exit is a lesson in prioritization and self-respect. Leaving requires reflection, assessment, and courage, all of which strengthen character and resilience. It teaches patience, discernment, and foresight. Walking away is not reactive. It is calculated, strategic, and empowering. Every person who leaves wisely positions themselves for greater success. Ultimately, leaving is about reclaiming your narrative. It is about refusing to be a passenger in a life dictated by others' choices, negativity, or agendas. It is taking the wheel and steering toward clarity, growth, and peace. Every exit is a statement of self-worth, a commitment to live intentionally. Leaving allows focus on what truly matters, your goals, vision, and well-being. It is not loss, it is liberation, empowerment, and self-mastery. Those who master the courage to leave transform challenges into opportunities. They model strength, clarity, and decisiveness. Leaving is a strategy for personal evolution, a tool to protect your energy, and a path toward higher impact and fulfillment. Your life is yours to design, and the rules you live by are not dictated by others. Far too many people surrender their time, energy, and decisions to social expectations, family pressure, or outdated norms. You are not obligated to live according to someone else's script. Every choice you make about your environment, relationships, and priorities shapes the trajectory of your life. Saying yes to alignment and no to distractions is an act of ownership. You are accountable for the energy you allow, the people you let in, and the situations you tolerate. Living by your rules requires clarity, courage, and unwavering self-respect. Those who embrace this reality build lives that reflect their values, not someone else's. Remember, when you lead your life intentionally, you are unstoppable. Choosing your own rules begins with understanding your non-negotiables. These are the standards that define who you are, what you value, and what you refuse to compromise. They serve as guardrails for decision-making and as filters for energy expenditure. Boundaries and priorities are meaningless without clear non-negotiables. They create consistency, confidence, and clarity in how you interact with the world. Every action and choice should be measured against these principles. When you live by your rules, distractions lose their power. External judgment becomes irrelevant because your decisions are grounded in self-respect. Living by your rules is a declaration that your peace, focus, and purpose are sacred. It is the ultimate form of self-empowerment. Control over your energy is non-negotiable in this process. People, habits, and environments either fuel you or drain you, and there is no middle ground. Allowing energy vampires to dictate your life is choosing mediocrity over growth. You must actively manage where your time and attention go. Every yes you give consumes energy that could have been invested in what matters. Strategic refusal is not selfish, it is necessary for sustained impact. When you take control of your energy, you create momentum instead of chaos. Those who master this skill outperform, outlast, and outshine the complacent. Your life operates at a higher level when your energy is protected fiercely. Controlling your energy is the foundation of living by your own rules. Decision-making transforms when you claim ownership of your life. Choices are no longer reactive or fear-based. They are intentional and aligned with your vision. You stop bending to others' opinions or succumbing to societal pressures. Every decision is evaluated through the lens of value alignment and growth. This clarity eliminates wasted time, mental fatigue, and regret. Leaders and high performers understand that ownership of choices multiplies efficiency and impact. Walking away from distractions, toxicity, or unnecessary obligations is a mark of strength. It demonstrates confidence in your priorities and boundaries. Living by your rules creates a life of focus, momentum, and alignment. You lead your own narrative rather than being led by it. The courage to enforce your rules will be tested constantly. Friends, family, colleagues, and society will resist, question, or criticize your choices. People may label your self-prioritization as selfish, distant, or unconventional. This resistance is a test of clarity and commitment. When you enforce your rules, you teach others how to treat you. You set standards without negotiating your worth. Living by your own rules requires confidence, discipline, and unwavering consistency. Over time, respect replaces resistance. People learn that your boundaries are not negotiable, and your focus is intentional. Courageously living your life on your terms is a magnet for growth, success, and meaningful relationships. Freedom comes from accountability to yourself, not others. Many people mistake freedom for chaos or doing whatever feels convenient. True freedom is intentional, disciplined, and self-directed. Living by your rules means making choices that maximize your potential while minimizing unnecessary friction. It means rejecting toxic patterns, harmful relationships, and unproductive habits. Freedom without responsibility is fleeting. Responsibility without freedom is suffocating. When you balance accountability with autonomy, your life becomes a canvas for achievement, peace, and fulfillment. You design the structure that allows growth to flourish. This is not a compromise. It is a blueprint for a life lived deliberately. Prioritizing your vision requires consistent enforcement of your rules. Distractions, doubt and outside pressures are inevitable, but they are irrelevant if your standards are clear. Every interaction, commitment, and decision must be filtered through the lens of alignment. When your rules guide your choices, focus replaces hesitation and momentum replaces indecision. The people and environments you engage with reflect your priorities. Surrounding yourself with alignment amplifies growth and energy. Deviations from your rules should be deliberate, strategic, and purposeful. Living by your own rules creates predictability, clarity, and efficiency. You become the architect of a life designed for maximum impact and fulfillment. Self-respect is inseparable from living by your own rules. If you do not value yourself enough to enforce your boundaries, no one else will. Every act of self-prioritization reinforces confidence, clarity, and focus. Your peace, energy, and time are finite, and protecting them is essential. Choosing alignment over approval is not arrogance, it is wisdom. People who understand their worth attract opportunities, relationships, and environments that mirror that value. Living by your rules is an embodiment of self-leadership, proving that your life is governed by intention, not circumstance. Self-respect transforms every decision into an act of empowerment. Your choices reflect who you are and who you aspire to be. Consistency turns rules into a lifestyle. Occasional enforcement of your standards is insufficient. They must be maintained daily. Boundaries, decisions, and energy management require repeated, intentional practice. Every compromise weakens the system, while every reinforcement strengthens it. Consistency signals self-discipline and reliability. It builds internal trust, enabling bold decisions and fearless growth. People learn that your space, focus, and energy are non-negotiable. When living by your rules becomes habit, you operate from clarity, purpose, and resilience. Consistency is the bridge between intention and impact, transforming rules into results. Every day you honor your rules, you reinforce your authority over your life. Ultimately, living by your rules creates a life of empowerment, clarity, and fulfillment. You control your narrative, prioritize your peace, and design environments conducive to growth. Every decision is intentional, every boundary firm, and every relationship evaluated through alignment. This life is not passive, it is active, strategic, and purposeful. By living on your own terms, you model courage, clarity, and resilience to everyone around you. You attract energy, opportunities, and people that amplify your potential. Living by your rules is freedom, responsibility, and empowerment combined. It is a declaration your life is yours, your energy is sacred, and your vision is non-negotiable. Live boldly, unapologetically, and intentionally.